Guess what? Sports cards are still a thing. And now with sports just a couple weeks away and Gary V's steroid-like effect on the hobby, I'm seeing cards of mine sell on COMC for prices that I didn't think I'd be able to sell them for at least a couple months, if not a couple years. Now in this week's video, I'll show you June's flips as well as the cards I've been buying in this last month and the reasoning behind it. Keep in mind, in no way am I encouraging you to do any of this. I just want to share with you my thought process, as wrong and twisted as it may be. Welcome back. Now let's get to work. Now before I get into June's sales and trends, I want to give a quick shout out to New Creation, Jason's Breaks, ZIGGYNO, Third Mill Sports Cards, KARIM RADDAF, and get this one, Ruben, the card collector, SANCHEZ. Before I get into the cards I've been buying and selling, I want to show you this Warren Buffett quote, which really accurately depicts my investment style. Beware the investment activity that produces applause. The great moves are usually greeted by yawns. So be prepared to yawn your ass off, because when I show you my purchases later, you're gonna be like, oh, that's boring. But I'm going for proven, I'm going for upside, not flash or sex appeal. So if I go out to COMC, for one, here is COMC's their homepage right here. And one thing I want to show you is, look, they're hiring. That's awesome. They are hiring just like PSA, just like Star Stock and all the others. So hopefully turnaround times will get better and better. Jumping over to my sales, let's start at the bottom. You see end of May down there and then into July. And it was just the Colin Kaepernick show at first. These were cards that I was getting $7.75, sold for $23, $4.50, sold for $16.56, and on up. I did get a couple Scottie Pippen sales, very low stuff, but I'm just happy to clear off because I don't see Scottie Pippen being relevant after The Last Dance airs on Netflix now in July for a long time. I don't know why anyone would care about Scottie Pippen in a year per se. Tom Brady's, Mike Evans, these are my guys. Obviously, anything that's graded already, like this BGS 9.5, it's just easier to sell. So to go from 41 up to 74 and get 70 back, that was cool. Tom Brady's, I don't know why this specific one would sell, but it's a cool card. I like the orange on it. The orange and red is symbolic to me of him going to the Bucks, even though this is a 2016 card. And then more Colin Kaepernick's up here. These were definitely my best ROI in terms of percentage. And I was thinking about it ahead of time and I just didn't pull the trigger. But when the George Floyd murder happened, I just bought all the Colin Kaepernicks I could, the rookies. And, $3 goes to 12, 7 to 29, 8 to 29. So in the future, what I'm going to do is when I see what works, then I'm going to scale up. I'm going to get a PSA 10. I'm going to get a refractor rookie. I don't mind dropping higher amounts when I know that my strategy is working. Patrick Mahomes rookie year card. A couple Kobe Bryants that were a bit surprising. They're all-star jersey cards. There's nothing very good about these cards, but I think just like anything else, COMC's supply is running really low. A lot of cards are running out, so I'm happy to get $8 or $7.60 after just paying $2.74. More Colin Kaepernicks. Yeah, just that's the best. $4.50 goes to 29. $2 right here. Look at this. Topps Finest rookie card. I paid $2.05 for this card, and it sold for $24.75. I got $23. Again, it's strategy. It's understanding what's working and being able to scale up when I feel confident in it. For now, I'm just playing on the low end stuff. Starting at the bottom here, another Colin Kaepernick. Ken Griffey, I like the idea of buying Ken Griffey refractors because they're just easy. Who doesn't want a Ken Griffey Jr. refractor card? Bought for $9, sold for almost $16. This one right here, I've been buying up a lot of these Kobe's. His chrome cards were getting expensive, but the Topps base with that blue Lakers jersey, Paul Pierce getting owned, love that. Sold for $8. I paid $1.75. Shaq refractor sold for $14. More Kaepernicks. I mean, look, bought for $10, sold for $40. every time I'd have one of these cards, I would push the limit on the price. I would see if someone is willing to pay more, because that determines market value. So you see here, $9.75 for this one is what I paid for. Sold it for $48. And this one's great. Look at this, limited to 399. So if you're a Colin Kaepernick fan out there, there's only 399 of these X-Fractor rookie cards. And look, honestly, this card could go up to $400, $500 somewhere down the road, depending on where Colin Kaepernick's legacy lands. I think he's a great investment outside of football. I have no idea what to expect in football, but his legacy is already made. All right, Anthony Davis rookie card. Very happy about this. Look, $685 is what I paid. Sold for $34, and we're still, as I record this, a month away from playoffs happening. I mean, we're still like so far away that for these prices to be where they're at, it's very exciting. Tom Brady's, this was I don't know why I bought it. I thought it looked cool. I thought it looked interesting. But I was a bit nervous about it. But the one thing I liked is that there's only 50 of them. So I knew that if someone really wanted it, supply, print run is very limited. Bought for 18, sold for 29. Mike Evans, Tom Brady's #1 receiver. His cards are heating up. You know, when a quarterback joins a team, think of it like Cam Newton joining the Patriots. There could be a lot of excitement around the wide receivers or the running backs or players like that. So it's very natural to see that. This was one of my favorite series as a kid. These are actual CDs. Look at that. I don't think you could play it. Maybe you can, but it's an actual CD type card. So I bought this knowing that if I couldn't sell it, I'd gladly hold on to it. Bought for $6, sold for $16. And then my first Colin Kaepernick first year Prism. I don't want to say Prism rookie anymore because that creates a bit of confusion. But first year Prism card, which is 2013, since he didn't have one in 2012 because he wasn't a starter yet. I just listed it at a small amount, doubled my money here, but that gave me enough confidence to buy more of them. So I bought a lot of those. Peyton Manning limited to 50, more Mike Evans selling. This one I thought was really cool. Refractor of A-Rod and Ken Griffey. I actually think I'll invest a bit into A-Rod because I see what he's doing outside of baseball. He's a businessman, he's with J-Lo, so I feel like his opportunities to be in media is just gonna pick up. Magic Johnson card. Damian Lillard, you know, not the best rookie card. It's pretty cool because it's cut out, but definitely not one of his main ones. But again, you know what? I paid $11 for Damian Lillard's rookie card, sold for $24. I'm happy about it. It brings me a bit of joy for these transactions to go through because it's just so much fun. Peyton Manning refractor, Scottie Pippen, another one there. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, I know a lot of people are talking about him with the playoffs and NBA returning. I don't know anything about this player. I literally heard it from another podcaster, bought it, and it's not really my investment style to do that, but I just pulled the trigger because the cards were low. So like if I go in here, this is what I mean. If there's a big gap in price and I take a look here and I say, all right, what are the sales? Top sale was $15, which was probably mine. But I look here and it goes all the way up to 42. But if that top sale said $35 and it was recent, and I could see one is for $22 and I like the guy, I'd probably pull the trigger. But that's pretty much why I bought it. It must have been a really low starting price versus what the sales were in the past. Pippen, hey, Lance had his documentary, $1.65 I paid for his card, which I thought was a cool card back in the day. I was like, this is pretty cool. Old school Lance, when people thought he was clean and respected him, and then not so much. But you know what? He's had a big, like a crazy road to success, and then falling off, and then back to being respectable again, and all that. Flair Showcase, Reggie Miller, and this card I got for $11.66, sold for $22. I actually bought it on a CompC auction, and that's why the back is black, but I think it looks so much nicer. It's so much easier to tell what the corners look like and the condition of the card when they put it at auction, put it up for auction and have the black background. I'm still not going to try and pronounce this dude's name. I bought his cards from a recommendation. You see two sales here. of another podcaster and a couple other people that mentioned him, but great returns. $6.47, $24 is what I got. Now, who did I sell it to? Did I buy it from or did I sell it to someone that was just listening to that same podcast, that same video, and decided to buy it themselves? Or was it an actual good investment? That I will never know. I'm not going to do that much more unless it's someone I'm close to and I feel like there's really good reason to believe that player will do well. This LeBron card I bought on my own. I thought it's a piece of his game-worn shirt. I don't know if it's a practice shirt or what, but I liked it because it was black and white, and that means I couldn't tell what team he was with because he's hopped around so much. I didn't want a LeBron card in the Cavs jersey. I didn't want him in a Heat jersey. I didn't want him even in a Laker jersey. This is more of a timeless look. So I was confident buying that. Bought it for 10, sold for 22. And then a couple small ones. Nick Anderson. I was like, hey, it's Nick Anderson. I was a big fan of him when I was a Magic fan back in the day. Not a very flattering picture there at all. It looks horrible. But I liked him. Nick Anderson was good. This is like the worst picture of Karl Malone ever. This is like, oh, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. It's my baby. No, don't take the ball. Worst picture ever. I don't know why I bought it, but hey, got $5 for it. Bought it for $160. I'm happy. Trae Young, Damian Lillard. Okay, so this one was a bit surprising. I know this guy is pretty good for the Magic, Nikola Vucevic. Not a star, but he's a solid player, and I was wondering if he would ever get into that next tier of players. Still don't know if he will, but you know, again, his Prism rookie I bought for $240, so very low, low risk. Michael Porter Jr., my friend Chris of Hoops Prospector is really bullish on Michael Porter Jr., and so I bought a couple of his cards, or at least one, sold one for 12. Again, nothing amazing here. This card I love. I love that 2010 Topps Chrome set in football and baseball. Just a very complete looking card. And to get a Ken Griffey refractor for $4, I easily took it, and then I sold it for $16, so happy about that. Jared Stidham, I bought for $14, sold for $29. We'll see what happens now that Cam Newton's there. Obviously, I'm just going to hold on. Cam Newton's not going to be there forever, and it still could be Jared Stidham's team. It's, he's been under Tom Brady, learning from Tom Brady for years. He knows the system. He knows the players. I can't assume that Cam Newton will just automatically replace Jared Stidham. Cam might not pick up the plays. It's going to be very tough in this reduced offseason to find chemistry with the players and the coaches and understand the playbook. So Dwight Howard, I was not sure if this would be a good investment to buy his rookie card. But again, people are looking for whatever's low. And Dwight Howard, he could have a big couple games in the playoffs. He could have a 6-block, 12-rebound game. He could come up with some big plays and help the Lakers win a championship. And again, it's the price you're paying. $7 I paid for his rookie card, sold for $14. More Mike Evans and Chris Godwin's. Those are my dudes. Damian Lillard. This was first year of Court King, so I wasn't sure if this was going to be a thing, but I feel like the first year of any set has a chance to be a thing. And I like the design. I wish it was a bit glossier. I don't know if there's some parallels in this set, but I like that artistic look. And with the popularity of Topps Project 2020, this type of artwork could be even more popular. Tom Brady card, and then you know what? I was kicking myself for not buying Cam Newton's before because, I knew that all he had to do was be signed. He didn't have to play. He didn't have to be good. All he had to do was be signed by a team to see a spike in his prices. But being a Bucks fan, I never wanted to invest in Cam because I never liked his big grin, his cocky attitude. And he always torched the Bucks. So obviously I can't be a fan of that. And then one more Dwight Howard just sold the other day. And again, if you look at my prices, they're not cheap because I'm not in a rush. So you see here, Dwight Howard Topps Chrome, bought for $4, sold for $23. I can wait all day. I'm not in a rush to flip, so that's why I can do this. The last thing I want to show you here are these 2 sales I made on eBay. Ignore all these blue lines where I was just trying to, see, there I go again. I'm trying to just zoom in on the screen. I can't really do that on here. But you see the Colin Kaepernick for 49 bucks at the bottom. I paid $4.80 for that. Would have loved to have gotten 50 of them if I could. And then this Reggie Miller that I sold for $150, I bought for about $55 right before the last dance. So those are my 2 eBay sales. Nothing special there. Now, let's go over to some purchases. Real quick, I'd like to shout out a couple more awesome subscribers. They are Shelly B, Harry KATZ, Dewey OXBURGER, who played against John Elway in high school, Jesse S, and Eric UCHIMURA. Thank you so much, guys. Let's get back to the video. And we'll start at the bottom here. I went ham on these first-year Colin Kaepernick Prism cards because the rookies were sold out. I feel like if Prism's going to be a thing, that one's kind of jacked up, but if Prism's going to be a thing, first-year Prism, and the others are sold out, I will gobble up all these Colin Kaepernicks, because also, look, $1.24, $1.50, $1.90. Look at this one, 59 cents. 59 cents. To me, that's not a risk. And if you see here, this is page number 30. I got lots more pages, so I'm just going to skip a few. Damian Lillard rookie cards. I went on a little Kobe White tear and just bought some of his Revolution rookies. A lot of these are just seeing what happens. Kyrie Irving, Hoops rookie card, $2.80. I mean, to me, I'm like, all right, look, can I get $2.80 back? Yeah, I think I can. Skip on over here. Gronk, I mean, look, I paid market value for this Gronk rookie, but this is one of my favorite rookie cards, period. Gronk doing that position, the Heisman pose, with that Topps Chrome 2010 look. I'm happy to get that. Chris Godwin's another dude I'm going heavy into because I expect him to have another big year with Tom Brady, with a better offensive line, with Mike Evans, with Gronk, and just the attention of showing the highlights of Bucs games means that it might be more shots of Chris Godwin receiving touchdowns from Tom Brady on a national level rather than glossing over the Bucs because they're a small market team. Bought a couple Gronkowski refractors. I think football refractors are something I'm going to go heavier into. More of these first-year Court Kings. Again, I don't know what to think. You know, is it going to be a set that pops in the future? Who knows? I have no clue. But again, $2. My one friend, Andy, the Fantasy Football Card Quest, was really bullish on Derek Carr for the price. Not like he's the best QB ever. In fact, he looks kind of dumb as fuck, to be honest. It looks kind of stupid right there. But optimistic on Derek Carr for the price that his cards were at. And then another card I stocked up a bit on is Kevin Durant's first year in the Brooklyn Nets jersey, because that seems to be a very popular trend with a lot of the players. You want to get that first year of a player in that new jersey. So you see I got a lot of those here. Drew Brees, that's another one where I was like, you know what, Drew Brees, when I think of top quarterbacks that have lasted a long time in the league, that are legends, that are going to be first ballot Hall of Famers, I think of guys like Drew Brees, first year in a Saints jersey. Let's see what's here. More Godwins. Ezekiel Elliott, I went on a little tear there. Juju Smith-Schuster. That's a hard name to say. Juju Smith-Schuster. Here's the thing, man. I saw he was ranked quite high as wide receivers on the fantasy football ranking scale. He's quite high there. Big Ben is coming back from injury, so he could be rejuvenated. The Steelers is a big football market where a lot of people pay attention to him, just like the Cowboys with Ezekiel Elliott, and same thing with the Steelers. Big market teams, they get a lot of attention. So I felt good with the price I'm paying, because look, Juju Smith-Schuster rookie guard, $1.72, $74, $75. If he's coming off of injury, coming off of a bad QB, then there could be a lot of upside, because all he needs is one good quarterback, one big reception at the beginning of the year, and his cards could see a nice little boost. Other guys, I mentioned this in the live stream, Adrian Peterson is an all-time running back, and he's one of the last guys to have a long career. So I was getting some AP refractors second-year cards. These were 99 cents. You take a look on the purchase price here, $1.50, 99 cents. This one, $2.50, and it's limited to 425. So that's pretty much the most I'm paying for that. Same thing, Drew Brees, Topps Chrome refractor. There's a little ding up there on the top left, but at $2.75. These are low risk rewards. I feel like I can easily get my money back at some point with the potential of doubling, tripling, 5xing, maybe 10xing the price. So that's what's sticking out to me is I'm over basketball. Everyone's focused on it and the prices are going up. But football, I still feel like people aren't there yet. And this is one of my favorites because you see AP in that tradition, not traditional, that like epic, iconic, there we go, that iconic juke move that he's known for, that he's been putting on defenders since 2007. So I'll grab all those. And Gronk's another dude that I'm happy to get early refractors of him. I don't see the prices going down. And he's involved with all these TV shows, and his personality is just so infectious that I think he'll be relevant for a long time. And this is the last thing I'm going to show you on the buy side, because this video is already 20-something minutes. Is I bought a lot of these. It was just a random insert of the 2009 Topps Chrome where they had a certain amount of players in this type of look, this 1935 chicle. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. And I just thought, man, this looks cool. This looks like it could be worth something someday. If not, I'd like to have a whole wall of these because it reminds me of what a Drew Brees card would look like if printed in the 30s, that 30s style, which I've not seen before. So to me, very cool card. And if you look at the price, $1.50, $1.75. I bought a crap ton of them. If they had Tom Brady, I would have bought more. But Adrian Peterson, 49 cents, 46 cents. And there's no reason to believe these cards will go up in value. And please don't go out there and buy them just because I put them on here. I just like them. I think they look really cool. And I've always been a fan of Topps Chrome. So that's what I've been buying very heavily. Let's see if there's anything else. A couple first-year Anthony Davis Court Kings. I feel like it probably won't go down from $3.38. And then I don't know why I got this Tom Brady, but I kind of like the fact that it's a drawing, which I thought was original. And that's pretty much it. All in all, my total sales for June was $1,158.24 on Comp C, and I paid $453.71 for those cards. So the profit is $704.58 after Comp C takes their 5% cut. Now, I also had that eBay sale of the Reggie Miller rookie card for $150. I paid $55 for, so it's about a $75, $77 profit after eBay takes their fees, and there's the shipping cost as well. But I'm really excited about these sales because a lot of these cards I bought looking to flip in 6 months or a year. So the fact that they're selling now for the prices that I had in my mind versus waiting 3 and 6 months is very inspiring and very makes me feel very optimistic about the hobby. Now, if you'd like a chance to be shouted out in the future and also just get insider information and access to videos like this ahead of everyone else, go to thecomebackcardinvestor.com, enter your name and email in that form, and I'll try and release as much stuff ahead of time for you guys before it hits YouTube. Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next video, and remember, pound that like for good luck during your next box break. See you next time.